But I wanted to, delve a little bit about what your reading is of the rural end of the economy, because, that is a large part of your revenue pie, at least when it comes to autos. Because not just government spending ahead of elections, but the other big factor is also going to be El Nino. And from what we understand is that El Nino years typically have an 8% impact on growth. What is your reading right now?
So we've gone and looked at El Nino over the last 50 years, and what we've seen is that from a tractor industry standpoint, there's really no correlation between El Nino and tractor sales. But that said, from an auto standpoint, we've got a lot more urban customers now. So there's a lot less dependence on rural. And there are a number of other factors that have been driving rural demand as well. And that is an increased focus on mechanization. Farm incomes have been better, and that's something that we see continuing to go forward. So we may see some years being a little slower in terms of overall growth for the farm business in particular. And this year we would expect a single digit growth, for example. But on balance, the farm business is very well poised, and the other growth drivers will really help us take this business forward.
As a business, and I'm talking about the Mahindra group here, which of your businesses will have the bazooka moment in FY24? I think to my mind, the previous fiscal was all about all that you did with your SUVs. What's going to be the leader for FY24?
I would look at financial services as being a leader for FY24. I would look at auto as continuing to drive strong momentum. And I would look for some of our growth gems as we saw Sustain and Last Mile Mobility come up as strong companies in F23. I'd expect one or two of our growth gems to come up as strong in F24, potentially with outside investors coming in.
Be looking at another large incremental top-up deal in the Mahindra Electric business in FY24?
Because we actually have been very focused on growth with the capital that we have ourselves. BII came in as an investor because they were very keen to look at electric, and we felt that as a marquee investor, they could add a lot of value for us. We have not actively been looking for more funding in electric. We can fund it ourselves. But we do have an outreach from a number of global funds with a very strong interest in this space. So if there is a matching of minds, and if we do feel that someone can add value, then we may bring them on as an investor. But at this point in time, we've got 14,000 crores on the balance sheet. We've got a very strong cash generation across the businesses, and therefore we're not actively looking for funds.